Hi everybody and welcome to Poppy Cooks. Today we're going to do something fun, different. No, it's not. But I'm baking again. You know, Lulu was mad that I missed Taco Tuesday yesterday. I know. Lulu, stop being mad. So I thought I'd make it up for her by making her a special cake. I'm going to make her a margarita cake. More specifically, a cherry margarita cake. You want to see how we make it? Just keep watching. Oh, it's going to be so good. You're still not going to forgive me though, are you? She's still mad. I don't know what else I could do. But the cake will be yummy. All right, keep watching. Okay, so for this recipe, we're going to start by whisking together half a cup of vegetable oil with 4 large eggs. Next, you're going to add 1 cup of granulated sugar and 3/4 of a cup of packed brown sugar. All right, now mix that in. Okay, next you're going to add the zest of 1 lemon, which is about a teaspoon and a half of zest. And then you're going to want to do 1/3 of a cup of fresh lime juice, put it in a 1/2 cup container, and then fill it up, that 1/2 cup, with fresh lemon juice. So you're ended up with a 1/2 cup total. Okay. All right, now you're going to mix that together. Next, you're going to do a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Okay, and then for the last of the wet ingredients, you're going to do 1/2 cup of whole milk and 1/4 cup of tequila. Can't have margarita cake without tequila. If you don't want the tequila, don't add the tequila. Just add more milk then. Or you can even do rum. That's going to be more of a daiquiri cake. But either works. But the booze really helps bring out the tartness of the lemon and the lime. All right, so now we're going to keep mixing that together. Then finally, you're going to whisk in 3 cups of flour. Okay, and then lastly, we're going to add about 1.5 cups of frozen dark cherries that I chopped up and dusted with flour. Remember, we dust the fruit with flour so they don't all sink to the bottom. Some of these are still stuck. You can use fresh cherries if you like. I don't know if you're really going to find fresh cherries this time of year. It's kind of a tough time for them. But frozen works great. But if you do use fresh, make sure you take the pits out. All right, now we're going to fold these in. Okay, so I poured the batter into my bun pan. You can use a regular pan, but I think bun cakes are more fun. Just make sure whatever pan you spray with a lot of non-cook cooking spray, or you butter the pan really well. All right, so now into a preheated 350-degree oven. It's going to go for about 45 minutes to an hour. I'm going to say probably closer to an hour, but we'll check with the toothpick so we don't overcook this. But look how pretty it is. It's going to be so pretty when you cut into it too. All right. So while we're waiting for the cake to cook, I decided to start on the glaze. So I got the juice of 1 lemon, the juice of 1 lime, and then I added about 1/2 cup, maybe 1/3 of a cup of chopped cherries. Mixed it up, and now I'm going to let this sit for about, I guess about a half hour before I strain it, and then I'm going to add the powdered sugar. This way, all that delicious cherry flavor is going to go into the lemon and the lime juice and really almost make like a sour cherry flavor to it. You can absolutely add tequila to this if you want to, but we don't want to get drunk here, so we're going to keep this sober. All right, so now we're going to let this sit and macerate. Okay, so I let the cherries soak for about a half hour, and I strained them out, and now look what's left, this beautiful liquid. It's very tart, has a nice subtle cherry flavor. Lulu, I'm making a video. Very subtle flavor, but it's going to make an amazing glaze. So now you want to add your powdered sugar to this, about 1/4 cup at a time, and then whisk it in until you get your desired consistency. It shouldn't be too thick, but it shouldn't be too watery either. Lulu, what? Now you have nothing to say? Yes, I'm making your cake. It's still in the oven. It's still in the oven. It's got to cook. It's got to cook. Now we're going to make the glaze. Okay, so the glaze is made. This is how thick you want it. It took about 2 cups of powdered sugar, and it took forever. So I'll make the mistake I made by using a tiny little bowl because it was a terror to try to get it out of there. The cake. All right, so I pulled the cake out after 55 minutes. I probably should have taken it out after 50. It overcooked ever so slightly. See, it's got a little brown. Didn't burn, thank goodness, but I was too involved in that darn glaze. All right, so we're going to let this cool a little bit before we flip it out. So I took the cake out of the bun pan. Look how pretty it is. And it's so spongy. For a heavy cake, it's actually quite light. So we're going to let this cool fully, at least an hour or so before we plate it and then put the glaze on it. But, oh, the house smells so good. It smells so citrusy. Hurry up and cool. Yes, Lulu, I told it to hurry up and cool. All right, so the cake has had plenty of time to cool. Put it in the fridge so it would cool a little bit faster so Lulu would stop yelling at me. So now we're going to glaze it. And she's still yelling at me. Lulu, I'm going to glaze the cake now. Yes, I'll hurry. I have to hurry. And the cake's been glazed. Look how pretty that is. I can't wait to cut into it. All right, so I cut the first piece. Yeah. Now the moment of truth. Gotta make sure this is gonna be good for Lulu. I'm not sure if she's gonna like it. Let's see. So moist. Surprisingly, it's not overly sweet, but you get those hits upon hit of citrus. And then the beautiful finish of the cherry. Oh, so good. It's a great spring dessert, great summer dessert, great I'm sick of winter dessert. Ready for Cinco de Mayo or Taco Tuesday. If you make this, let us know. Oh, it's so good. Yes, Lulu, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for your cake? I'm not sure you're gonna like it. I have to keep trying it to make sure it's gonna be good enough for you. Okay. All right. Let me get back to my cake, and I mean your cake. Yeah.